resources together. He has a background in electric, and I, coming from the fashion industry, we just collaborated and we created a unique space, and we're just happy to be in Sag Harbor. We're bringing back mom and pop shops.
Yes.
So
And how old is the business?
it's only about 9 weeks old.
Oh,
Proudly 9 weeks old. We opened our doors in late July, early August, and we have had such a lovely reception. We are going to keep the shop open year round because we want people to know that we're there, and we
Yes.
don't want it to just be about the season. We really want the community to be a part of the space. Also, what we've done is my husband created what I now call the Sky Gallery. And in that space, we invite local artists to come in and show their art, and we have an artist of the month.
Yes.
And that way, the space belongs to the community. It's a great place for people to meet up, show their wares and stuff.
Well, we
Yes.
thank you as a writer and as a performer. I am so thankful to be part of that community, but thankful to have you here. So let's talk. It is a family-owned business. Your husband and your 6-year-old son.
Yeah.
So Juan and Luca. So it's a family-owned business.
Yes.
Tell us about that. Your 6-year-old is part of the business.
He's definitely part of the business. We made sure that on the card it says Karen, Juan, and Luca. Or is it Juan, Karen, and Luca? I'm not sure if I let my husband have top billing.
Okay. And he's here. We love him. Yes.
But so anyway, we made sure and included Luca, and that is important because in nurturing his, we want him to understand that this is part of his legacy, that
Yes.
he can own, that he has responsibilities as a business owner.
Yes.
We give him tasks at the shop. He cleans up, there's a lot of glass, so he cleans up all the windows, mirrors, and he never lets a person leave without giving them a card. And he takes his job really seriously.
I love it. I love
So we had this really cool, Dad and I were sitting in the shop. It was Halloween yesterday, and the kids were coming around. A lot of his friends from school stopped by, and they were trick-or-treating. We had all this candy out. And from afar, we're looking at him, and the kids are like, all right, let's go. We're going to another shop. And one of the little girls said, Luca, why aren't you coming? He said, well, this is my business. I own this business.
I love
I
it.
have to stay here. This is our shop. And Dad and I kind of looked at each other. And
Yes, that's what it's all about. My parents started a business, my late parents. It's a watch guard security agency, now still the longest running family owned business. But I was 6 and I was the secretary of the corporation.
It's amazing.
You
I
know,
love
and so we used to have a check machine. We used to have to print the checks and write them. But the importance of it now, I'm a 3rd generation business owner. So talk to us about business ownership.
It's interesting. There's lots of ups and downs to it, as you know. When you're starting a business, you have to kind of ride the waves, and you have to, most importantly, believe in what you're bringing.
Yes.
And we believe we're bringing our unique brand. We believe in the community. We love that it's a small business. We're literally taking from our pockets to
Yes.
get this going.
Yes.
It means a lot. We show up every day, even though it's off season.
Yes.
We show up and we're there, and we invite the community to come. We've created what we call the storefront lounge, and we have the chairs out there. They're for sale, but we invite people to sit or,
I love it.
or to pause.
Pause.
And yes, take a minute and we chat, and sometimes we have a drink, tea or something,
Yes.
and we just sit and relax, and people come by with the kids after school and they sit with us and they chat, and we don't expect anything.
Yes.
But what it does is people are going by, they look in, they see that people are sitting there and chatting, and people are curious because we
Yes.
have a kind of a speakeasy vibe. It's behind Simon Harrison, who we love. Simon, he's the real estate guy, one of maybe the longest running real
I
estate.
believe so. Yes.
His offices are still there, and we were lucky enough when we had when we wanted to do this. You know how hard it is to get space.
Yes. Yes.
And so we went to talk to him because he was holding the lease for the space. And when we pitched our idea, he was, I call him a visionary, because he could see that we might be able to use this space in a way that would be, productive and bring
Some more
new
traffic,
life
yeah,
to
new
that
life.
side.
So what is it like being most places here seem to be seasonal, but you
Yes.
said you're going to be year round.
Yes.
So how did you have a vision to make sure when the big crowd left after the summer that it will continue?
Well, the idea was when we did this, and I said to my husband, let's do the Sky Gallery.
Mm-hmm.
If we involve the community, and I love that there's something here for after everyone has gone. We live here,
Yes.
and we still want to congregate and do stuff and have fun, and that shouldn't stop just because it's August
Yes.
or September 1st.
Mm-hmm.
So what the gallery does is we have a reception once a month for whoever the artist is that we're showing, and we
Okay.
invite everyone to come down. We've had 2 so far because we've been open for roughly 2 months now.
So are these visual artists or performing artists?
So here's the thing, we're not going to limit ourselves.
Okay.
When we do this, and we have plans for the future to keep it going,
I love
and
it.
people have responded. We said the space is open. If you can think of something creative that you want to do, we're lucky. There's this beautiful corridor that
Yes.
extends the shop. The shop is small but mighty, that's what we say.
Okay.
And so it bleeds out into the corridor, and that gives us additional square footage.
Yes.
And so we can use that space. Sometimes we have live music outside, and when people come in to the space for the art, we'll have a musician or a DJ, depending on what the occasion
love
calls
it.
for. And then there's the art, and then there's food, and sometimes we can use a local vendor, somebody who's,
Yeah. What day of the week do you usually do the?
so far we've used Saturdays, but
Okay.
we're not, it really
You're not limited
depends.
to
No,
that.
yes, we're not
Okay.
limited, but so far Saturdays are probably best for the locals because we live and work here.
Exactly. And we're
So,
always looking for
yes.
something to do when it is the off season.
Yes.
Because like you said, we're year rounders.
Yes, yes.
That's interesting to
Yeah.
know. How do you market your business?
Well, right now, like I said, the space gives a very unique kind of a speakeasy vibe,
Mm-hmm.
and the word has been spreading, and
Oh,
we love that.
I love it
We
too.
love for you to come in and have a pleasant experience at the shop and tell somebody.
Mhm.
So we've been going with that. I've been hesitant to get into the newspaper or doing that kind of stuff,
Sure.
even though we've been really fortunate and we've had a lovely New York City magazine reach out, and they were able to do a piece on us.
Oh, great.
Yes, they're called 360 Fashion, and they did a lovely piece on the store, and
Okay.
it was women founders and stuff like that. So it was highlighting a small business
I
and
love
women
it.
in business and stuff. And then there's another local paper they're doing something that's coming up in the month of November that features myself and will mention the store and stuff. But those are things that are happening because
Yes.
we're in this space. But in terms of promoting, we're dependent on the community,
Yes.
and just people saying to another person, we went into this space, they have really cool stuff.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
it's family owned, and it's pretty cool, and so
And
people
word
come
spreads
in,
when there's
and
a
it's
good
been
vibe.
spreading.
Yes.
And we've been very fortunate. We're so grateful the way people have turned out and turned up for us and showed up.
So James Lane posted a wonderful piece on this particular show, and I have to tell them about you because they
Oh.
are interested in the people we bring on. So
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
That's great.
exciting.
This is the kind of stuff that we count on. I
Mhm.
love that we spread the word about each other.
yes,
And I feel like that really is a solid foundation for business to grow off when the
Yes.
people who come to the shop say, listen, if you want something really cool, go to that shop.
What's some really cool things? Like if I came in, what are some cool things that I could look at?
I'm really excited about the stuff that we carry at the shop. I've been very careful in creating the space. It's a small space, maybe under 500 square foot,
Oh, okay.
right? It's
Mhm.
small.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't feel like it.
No, it feels it's intimate, but it feels large.
Yes, it's welcoming.
Mhm.
And what's in the space is a lot of woman-owned,
Yes.
Black-owned,
Mhm.
small batch. It's very thoughtfully created, and the stuff, some of it is from all over the world.
Yes.
But it's very special. I like the idea that the shop gives unique pieces, because there's a lot of shops in around the Hamptons, and sometimes you kind of see a lot of the same thing. I
Yes.
love the local shops, but you do some, and it's very limiting.
Yes, it is.
But I said, you know, how about a space that gives you a different vibe
Yes.
and different options?
Mhm.
So one of our favorite things in there, and the stuff that moves really well, although we've had a great reception on on mostly everything, but we carry this wonderful, it's beach stone wares. And this small batch company takes beach stones, and they form it into cutting boards, and they form it
that's
into
beautiful.
handles for cheese knives, and just amazing, unique things, you know. And they
stones
create
actually off the beach.
stones off the beach. They carve into vase that you can fill up with water and have live plants and flowers in it. And
love
it's
it.
just people. We've had a great reception. I love also that we've been really lucky that some of the local artists, like Bibi
Yes.
from Azarest
Yes.
community, she creates these wonderful pottery items.
Yes.
And we carry that. Miss Victoria Pender Hughes,
Yes.
she does the whale necklaces, and we know what the whale symbolizes
Yes.
for Sag Harbor, and we
Yes.
carry those. They're sterling silver. They're
So
beautiful.
you use local talent as well. So
Yes,
yeah, that's
of
awesome.
course.
So it's a win-win for everybody.
Yes, I
So-
think you do have to capitalize on the resources. Sag Harbor is so wealthy in many ways.
Yes.
Rich in history and just rich in talent. And it would be like a disservice to put a little shop in there and not consume from the locals, because when people come, they're looking to take a piece of Sag Harbor
We're
back
home with them. Well,
Yeah.
we're glad that you're here, and I hope that this show also brings more people. What is the address, and where can people actually physically find you and digitally find you?
Well, so we are located at 10 Long Wharf, and it's the promenade. It's that very famous ice cream shop is in
Yes,
there,
yes.
and it's what is it called? Olaf,
Yeah,
I think.
Olaf, yes.
And in the summer, there's a line down the street for them.
Oh, yes.
And thank you, Big Olaf, because sometimes when people are online, they drift into our space, even though
Sure.
we've been new. We've got the back end of the summer, the last month, but it's been so fruitful.
I love it.
And so it's a great location. It's right next to the Bay Street Theater. It's the first door after you walk past Bay Street Theater,
Yes.
right behind Simon Harrison with his beautiful real estate window and all the,
Yes.
you know, the actual photos of houses he sold. Very old school and charming,
Very
and very
charming.
Sag Harbor.
Yes.
And we love our location. We love that you have to walk down the narrow corridor. You know what we love?
What's that?
People walk down, we see them coming, and then we see when they turn and realize there's the shop in there, and their face when they see the shop, because it is a different kind of
Yes.
space, and that always gives us a little bit of a chuckle. It's very cute to see.
So a
But
long walk, a wide walk, but a warm welcome.
It's a warm welcome.
I love
Yes.
it. I love it.
It's a very warm welcome.
Do you have a website or an email where people can find
So
you?
we are in the process of structuring a website, but we've been having a wonderful time on Instagram, and you can find us there. It's the name of the store, Pause for the Little Things. And we get a lot of reaction there. Whenever somebody visits the store, we like to take a picture and do our
Yes.
gratitude.
Yes.
So we will post your picture up if you like.
Okay.
If you don't want to, it's okay too. We still say our thank you, and
I have
we
to come back
appreciate
for my
it.
picture.
You
yeah.
have to come back
Yes.
for your picture.
Okay. You know, I love it. I love it.
Yes.
And it's Pause for the Little Things
With a Z at the end. The Z is the family name, Zeladon. Yeah, my husband and Luca, and yes. So
So I'm Susan with a Z, so you remember me.
I do remember.
Okay.
I can never forget now.
Yes.
And what an honor! I'm gonna look for your
A
bench.
bench in front of 42
Yes.
Main Street. Yes.
See, this is this is part of why I'm so proud to be in Sag Harbor. The history is so rich.
It is.
And to sit here with you, and then you were telling me in the warm up that you have the bench here. This is stuff that I was born in the Caribbean, but I feel very much at home here now.
Yes.
And the welcoming has been beautiful, and to learn the history and how you're now ambassador.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
and-
in the
and
Obama
the-
administration.
Yes,
Had a
and-
wonderful experience. And my town Sag Harbor came by droves. for my swearing in by
I
Hillary
believe
Clinton.
you.
I mean, it was just like, whoa.
I believe
You
you.
know, so it's great. So we are here to embrace you as well and
Thank you
welcome
for
you
it.
and support you
We
as well.
feel it. We feel the love.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Yes.
So, you were a model in previous life.
Oh, previous.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you
yes.
think you'll ever have some fashion shows?
You know what? It's interesting that you said that because for the month of November, we have a lovely artist, Darian. I forgot his last name, but we connected over the summer. He's an engineer, a marine engineer.
Wow.
But he does these amazing aerial photos, and what he's compiled is like all these beautiful photos of all the great local spots, like the cinema that's now back, the
Yes.
Sag Harbor Cinema, which is iconic.
Yes.
You know, with those lights. And he's done some beautiful aerial shots of like Long Wharf. And we are featuring him for the month of November. And for his reception, we're actually doing a fashion show.
I love it.
And we're collaborating with this beautiful woman, Annette Azan, who
Yes.
have you met her?
I know of her, but I need to.
She would be great for your series.
I'd love
And
to.
I'd love, yes. So we're collaborating with her. She's created this company called Nudie. And it's an alternative to bra, and it's interesting because we all know.
Yes, yes.
So and so we're showcasing that, and the local magazine East End, who's doing a small bit on me. We're going to have the reveal of that magazine and a fashion show, and a reception for the artist on the 19th. I think of November.
Well, congratulations.
So there's a lot happening.
So it's a lot. You're not stopping, which is
No,
so
I said we
good.
weren't going to, so we're
Yes.
doing it. Yes.
You're supposed to. So if I put a formula together, A plus B plus C equals success,
Yes.
how would you define those A's and B's and C's?
I will say the A is to you definitely have to wake up and say yes.
Oh,
First, you do have
wake
to
up
say
and say yes.
Yes,
I love that.
You do have to say yes, because if you look around at everything that's happening, sometimes it's a bit discouraging. And be present.
Yes.
You have to be present, and you have to be present and work hard.
Yes. 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 Yes.
You do have to be present, and then and it doesn't necessarily equal success, but I
Right.
think it brings you to a place of growth, and I love growing.
Yes.
And I think so maybe it is success, because success is growth.
Yes.
And,
So wake up
in
and
any
say
form.
yes.
Yes.
Be fully present.
Be fully present and work hard.
And work hard.
You do have to. You can't get anything from not giving of yourself. You have to give.
Yes.
And
Yes.
gratitude. I'm
Oh.
gonna add some more pluses.
Yeah. No.
to
Please
to
do. I
thing,
think that's so
because
important.
gratitude. You have to be so thankful. You have to acknowledge the people who are pulling you.
Yes, and help
And
you along
yes,
the way.
there's
Yes.
been a lot of polls for us. A lot of people who said, "You want to do this?" Yes. Starting with Simon, "You want to do this?" Yes. And then the community just came out and said, "You're doing this. Here we are. We're supporting you."
Yes.
Harriet called. She's like, "You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go ahead and put this on my Instagram." And I said, "Thank you." But what I
Yes.
thought was, this is a nice woman, and she's saying that. And before I went to bed that night, she had contacted me and said, "What exactly is your handle? Because it's going on now."
I love
And
it.
that's the kind of support that we've gotten, and the kind of warmth. But we showed up. We
Yes.
said, we put ourselves out there. We said we want to do this, and we said, yes, we can.
But
And
it
we
takes
did.
warmth to attract warmth, and
Yeah.
you are very much that. You
Oh,
know,
I appreciate
one of my favorite
that.
guests actually. I'm like, oh, this should go on for days.
Oh my
but-
God, I could sit here with you forever.
Yes.
This feels like we're like in my living room, just chatting up.
Which is
I
what we
love
were
it.
hoping.
Yes.
So I'm glad you said gratitude. One of the best jobs I ever got, which was at Harvard University, came because I said thank you to someone who didn't give me the job the year before, but I said thank you for taking time to interview me.
Yes.
And so when something came that he thought I was really the perfect fit for, and I was, he said, "I'm calling you because you said thank you."
I love that.
You
I
know?
feel like it's so important. I took the time. The summer was crazy. We're just opening the store together. My husband and I, we were so fortunate. We kept saying, "Oh my gosh, the COVID was happening," and we're like, "Oh my, we didn't get it. We're so
Yes.
lucky." And in the middle of literally building the store, painting with our hands, like doing everything.
Yes.
we were all down, all three of us.
Wow.
And it was a good time to say, you know what, we can't do this, but we didn't do that.
Right.
We were showing up for ourselves and we were working hard, and it was a busy summer, and we went straight from putting it all together, opening and doing everything. But when the Azarest community reached out and embraced us and did everything, I took a moment and I said, you know what, to my husband, listen, this is beautiful, the way everybody has put the word out. So I made an entire gratitude. If you go to my page, you'll see it.
Nice.
I did a gratitude in the same spirit of you looking back and saying thank you.
Yes.
And I said, thank you. I just want to say thank you. We appreciate the support.
And we receive it, and thank you for the
Yes.
opportunity.
Thank you.
So we're about to close, but let me ask you this. You're from Grenada. Is it pronounced Grenada?
So there is Grenada, but I'm from Grenada. Grenada is
Okay.
British West Indies.
Got
yes.
it. So what do you do for life balance? You're building a business, but when do you take time for you?
You know what? I should.
Okay.
I should take more time for me. But having my family, my husband is super supportive, and my son is kind of like an inspiration. And when I see him and what he means, and for us, he is the future. And that
Yes.
story I told you of him going, this is my business.
Yes.
That is motivation enough to take care of myself, which
Yes.
I feel like I don't do enough. But the other day I had to stop and I have a doctor's appointment that I had to take care of, and I go, I'm going to do it because I want to be here for my family.
Yes.
So if there's anything that motivates me to take care of me, is that. But for downtime, I spend my time literally like being creative. I love the idea of out of the box.
Yes.
We did for Halloween, the artist we were showing, his art is dealing with body dysmorphia and stuff like that. So his art was a little bit kind of like risque in
Yes.
terms of like gory and gothic. But I said, you got to see the message, you
Yes.
know? And so we appreciated having him. He's a beautiful young man, and his work, even though it was what some thought was dark, I could see past it and into the message, and I was hoping that people would do the same. And it was
Yes.
nice to have him. So I love the creative end. I love thinking outside the box. I
Yes.
love reaching further than what's obvious. And
Exactly. You don't even
yes.
see a box. You're like,
there is no
I'm
box.
just reaching, which I love.
I step outside a little bit, and I know some things people shy away from because they don't feel comfortable, and I'm okay with stepping just outside of the comfort zone.
I love
It's
it.
okay.
I love it. I'm always trying to push folks. So we do a retreat, a faith-based wellness retreat each
Yeah.
year to help people pause, because they're the caregivers of the community, of their families,
Important.
and pause for the little things.
Yes.
Just take a moment to hear. So a few days ago, I sat on Long Beach, and I just saw 4 hours of the sun setting, and so just saw the different variations. And I was
Yes.
like, these are the little things which mean so much, you
Those
know?
are the little things.
Yeah.
That's exactly the message behind pause for the little things.
Yes.
It's stop and smell the flowers.
While you're here.
Slow down. Thank
Exactly,
you.
because when I'm
Thank
not,
you.
I won't know how many flowers are there. So let's see the smell it while they're there now.
Yes.
If you have one tip to people building a business, what would it be?
I'd say if you have a dream, if there's something you feel like you can do, and just do it. It's a simple message, but it's powerful.
Yes.
Nothing happens if you don't move from point A to B.
Wow.
Just start moving.
Yes.
Just start moving, and everything usually, most times, will fall into place. If you believe enough and you start moving towards your dream and your goal, it
Yes.
happens. The path will open for you. You'll make it happen, and just keep moving. Say yes and keep moving towards your dream.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
And thank you for saying yes to the show. Make your move. Thank you for making the move to turn the TV on and watch us today. But my guest has been amazing, Karen Clement, and you've been amazing for staying with us. I'm Dr. Sujay, live with Sujay, LTV. Want to shout out to my crew and the production team. Thank you for being with us. Again, watch the next series of Live with Sujay. This has been my honor to be with you.